Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. I have a few things to complain about. This will be a AEW All Elite Wrestling Complaint Fest. So perhaps you share my opinions, perhaps you don't. But before you make a comment, listen to what I have to say. Tony Khan has done a lot of great things with AEW. Just the fact that it exists and it gives both the fans and the wrestlers an option in the United States of where they want to apply their trade or what company they want to watch, who they want to support. But there's some things with AEW that I'm not too happy about. And the first thing is how this William Regal exit has been planned, or not even planned, but handled, I should say. I don't appreciate the fact that Steven Regal, or William Regal, is leaving AEW with unfinished business still on the table. Obviously, it looked like he was going to become the manager for MJF, and I'll get to him in a second because I have some complaints about him too. But instead, I'd like to go back to NXT, and me friend Triple H is now in charge, and I'd like to sharpen his pencils for a few years. Tony Khan, could you be so fine, quite sir, to release me from me contract? And sure, go ahead, William. It's all about family. Go train your snot-nosed brat in the TV production studio of the college NXT second-rate wrestling. I don't get it. I don't approve of that. Okay? You're basically saying that any given fucking time, someone who's in the middle of the main event program of AEW can just up and leave and go wherever the fuck they want and go back to the Meat Puppet Circus. And weren't you complaining, Tony Khan, a few months ago about contract tampering and so forth? So if you're gonna complain about contract tampering, then why are you rolling over on your back like a puppy wanting to be scratched and just handing over William Regal? Not that I'm a big William Regal fan. I'm not. Not in his non-wrestler stage of his career. But what about us fans that have invested our fucking time, our fucking emotions into your goddamn wrestling promotion? Okay? What do we get out of it? What do we get for having this botched up, fucked up storyline? We get nothing out of it. Okay? So that's why I'm fucking upset. And I've invested my ticket money, I've invested money for merchandise and so forth into this goddamn company. I expect better than this serving of dog shit. Leave that for the other company. Then we get to MJ fucking F. Everybody fucking has a hard-on for this guy, thinking he's the greatest heel. Well, look, this is the fucking problem. He's supposed to be the world champion of this company, AEW. Why in the fuck is the world champion of this company constantly fanboy fucking for The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H and all the other WWE talents from 20 years ago when he was a child? What credibility does it bring to MJF to mention Dwayne Johnson or Triple H, or that's usually who he mentions, those guys, and his contract war of 2024 that he's created for himself as a negotiation tactic? Good for him, but bad for you that you're falling for it, Tony. So I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to point out that it diminishes AEW, all the work that we've done as fans, all the work that the wrestlers have put in to constantly point out WWE, WWE, WWE. We don't give a fuck. That's why we're watching your goddamn company. If we wanted to talk about Dwayne Johnson and NXT and all this dog shit, we'd probably, and The Miz, I mean, they gave fucking shout-outs to The Miz, CM Punk did. If we gave a shit about 5-year-old or 10-year-old or 20-year-old WWE crap, we'd be watching WWE. But we're not. We're trying to give your goddamn company our attention and so forth. And here's my third fucking complaint, okay? This Ring of Honor shit is a misstep. You're trying to run an alternative to the alternative? What the fuck? I don't get it. This trying to carve up... I mean, what's the niche of Ring of Honor that AEW doesn't have the niche of? My opinion, you should have just acquired Ring of Honor for the videotape, so forth, and you should have just put that on some type of AEW streaming subscription site, and just, featuring the library of Ring of Honor. And if you really had to appease the boys with more belts, you could have had a couple of legacy titles. The Ring of Honor, say the Ring of Honor Pure title, just to be different, and the tag team title, or whatever the fuck. But just having like this Cesaro, Jericho, and trying to convolute this Ring of Honor for the last 6 months has been very confusing, because you have guys like FTR walking around with these Ring of Honor belts, but it makes very little sense if it's just AEW guys doing something different under a different name. It's like you're how do I put this? You're not concentrating on what brought you to the goddamn dance, which is AEW. I mean, if you're going to treat AEW like a secondary promotion, and it's your promotion, by allowing your world champion to constantly reference Steve Austin and The Rock and so forth, and if you're just going to roll over on your back like the aforementioned puppy and allow them to take a William Regal, who's in the main event storyline of AEW, then why should we have any confidence that you're capable of running 2 wrestling promotions instead of 1? Concentrate on fucking 1, okay? I mean, I don't think anyone's... Look, you might... I don't know if you sleep, Tony, but I like to sleep at night, and I don't have time between sleeping and doing all the wonderful things that I do, writing books and so forth, writing wonderful masterpieces. I don't have time to watch every goddamn wrestling hour and every goddamn match, okay? I'm not going to go to... I mean, are the viewerships for YouTube dark so high that you need to constitute more wrestling, more Ring of Honor stuff? I don't get it. I mean, it's just odd to me. And I'm in Jacksonville, by the fucking way, another complaint. And very poor penetration of the local market. I drive around Jacksonville. I wear wrestling t-shirts. Occasionally somebody will say something about wrestling to me. It's usually if I'm wearing like a Macho Man Randy Savage or an Iron Sheik t-shirt. And then I'll bring up, hey, do you know what AEW is? You ever watch AEW? And 99 times out of 100, they have no fucking idea what I'm talking about. And I'm in Jacksonville, okay? How do you remedy this? I don't know. Local radio goddamn stations, local TV stations, News for Jacks. Integrate with the local media about this exciting wrestling promotion you've had here for 3 years. I mean, I was going to the shows at Daly's Place, and even with the limited seating because of the pandemic situation, there could have been more seats sold, even under those conditions. And a lot of times when the shows were packed for the one, I believe it was Double or Nothing 2021, and then the Blood and Guts match, which was quite good, people were coming in from out of state to go to Daly's Place. But people in Jacksonville, which is, yes, geographically the biggest city in the U.S. of A., geographically, not population, very few people know that AEW exists within Jacksonville. So, I mean, if this was Jerry Lawler, Memphis, Tennessee, 1983, you just do a simple thing. You'd have some pizza promotions. You'd have some local restaurants with discounted tickets or an autograph signing from the fucking wrestlers. I mean, Jim Ross lives here in Jacksonville half the time, so why don't you bring him out, trot him out? Billboards, for Christ's sake. Old-fashioned billboards, you know? I mean, no offense, but you can afford it. So I'm just trying to help Tony Khan. I'm trying to advocate for AEW constantly. I mean, I used to have a nice video series, the AEW Apologist, but I stopped doing those videos because I wasn't feeling it anymore, okay? So today I just got overcome with outrage. Seeing that William Regal is going back to WWE to be the vice president of pencil sharpening, just says, okay, Moxley getting hit in the face with brass knuckles means nothing. It all means nothing. The Blackpool Society, all the fucking jerseys and jackets you were trying to sell means nothing. It all means nothing. Or does it? Mike Messier, subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Trying to save pro wrestling one rant at a time, assholes.